Henrik,
The
you are.
recording has now started.
Good morning and hello, Henrik. Welcome.
Hello, Mr. Governor. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Now that you've joined me, tell me, Henrik, um, today's the 13th of October. What's happening in a week's time, Henrik?
In theory, it should be the exam, Mr. Governor, if the date stays the same.
Yeah, right? So exams, we are into the exams mode. Just to let you know, cut out all other social life, no going clubbing, partying, playing your sport, and everything is concentrated fully on the exams, right? You tell your family to leave you alone, you need to be studying. Okay, Henrik?
Yes, Mr.
You
Governor.
can tell your sister, right? I know your sister, Marianne. Just say hi to her, and she understands where you're coming from in terms of exams. So the first thing I want to talk about, Henrik, is the procedure with the exams. I'm not sure if you had a look at UNISA's website, Henrik, the step-by-step guide for successful online examinations. Did you go to this website, Henrik?
I haven't actually, Mr. Governor, no.
No. Oh, then I'm glad you joined me, right? So I'll talk a little bit about this, and I'll also talk about I'll take a past year paper and I'll just show you how you can apply this strategy to any programming task, right? And it'll work. You definitely will get marks for it, right? So we're going to take October 2023 paper, and I'm just going to take question 5 from the long-worded question. Alternatively, if you have any questions for me, Hendrik, please ask me, or or Nurse Kota, or anybody else out there, right? Okay, so let's go to the step-by-step guide. I'm going to share this link in let's share it in the chat, right? I'm going to share that in the chat. And I'd like you all to go through this. Right? I also learned about this quite recently. Okay, no, I shouldn't be saying that. Every year I see the website, right? And it's there. So let me go and have a look at this website, share. Let's go to, I'll put it in the chat, right? Oopsie, chat. So paste. Right, so there's a step-by-step guide for successful online exams. And I also posted a poll in there, Hendrik. I'm not sure if you received an email from our lecturer whether we can use code blocks, yes or no.
I haven't actually looked recently, Mr. Governor.
Okay, I looked, I didn't receive a reply from her, right? So maybe we can try again. And I also emailed some other UNISA staff as well, and they did not reply, as in whether you're allowed to use code blocks or not, right? So very quickly, I'm going to go through this because I want you to do that. The step-by-step guide. So go through, check your exam timetable. I think we all know when we're writing, whether it's morning, afternoon, sort out your leave beforehand. Access your exams with the My UNISA My Exams. I won't be able to do that. You can. Go to the student, access the student exam guide. So there's the exam guide all written out for you. You can go and have a look at that. Let's go back. Go to Iris proctoring software. Now, every year, the reason I'm doing this is every year, the day of the exam, the students will be contacting me on WhatsApp or they're calling me. I don't have access to the Iris software, right? I don't even think the lecturer has access to it. So you need to be able to use Iris software before the exams. Don't wait for the exam to try it out. Hendrik, have you written any exams with Iris proctoring software?
I have, Mr. Governor, some.
Ah, so I'm glad you are okay with that, right? So don't worry about the one with special needs. None of y'all are special needs. Y'all are special, but not special needs. Like training webinar, you can go through this if you want. You can go through exam rules, all that goes with it. Testing your exams. They have a mock exam out here, right? There's a mock exam. So you can try this mock exam beforehand. For those of you who are not familiar with it, Henrik doesn't have to worry about it. Other people would, all right? And well, this is being recorded, so I'm cool with it, right? To say it out here. Right, Henrik, any other questions with regard to the exams in terms of the procedure, logging in, the timetable, something that I could help, or maybe Henrik, you could help now that you know what Iris is about, right? You've done some programming with Iris. Sorry, exams with Iris. Any questions from the group? I can see there's Naledi there, Moses. Hello, Moses. You didn't say hi to me.
Hello, Mr. Govender.
How are you, Moses?
I'm doing fine. Thanks in yourselves there.
Well. Good, good, good. Do you have a question about the exams, anything, procedures, the admin, exam date? I hope you sorted out your leave.
Besides the question that I was having last week about the one of writing, if you're gonna have to write on the paper or on your word, yes, that's only what I was
Yeah,
having.
no, I'm sure. I also haven't received a reply from that, but you can download it right on a piece of paper, scan it, PDF it, and send it off, right? That I know. Hendrik, can you answer that question for me, Hendrik? Is that okay?
Yes, Mr. Governor, I think that's exactly the way it should be done.
Okay, right. Thank you. Moses, there, you got your answer from Hendrik?
Yes, I got it. That if you having a problem with your word, you can just take a piece of paper and write it and scan it and submit it. So,
Yeah, right. Moses, if you don't mind, just send an email again to the lecturer, whether we can use code blocks or not, right?
okay, I'll do so, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Henrik, you too, right? And whoever receives the reply, please post it, let us know, and get it in writing. When I say get it in writing, it must be an email, right? Because I need to know that Iris software won't interfere with code blocks won't interfere with Iris. So let's go with an exam paper, all right? A strategy for answering a long-worded question. Now, you would have realized over the course of the year, I actually started around about February, March, when we were appointed as e-tutors, that my strategy was to go over assignment questions, to go over the lessons in the study guide, and then thereafter I went over past year exam papers, right? And that's been my strategy for a number of years, Hendrik. I hope it will help you, right? And Hendrik, you can verify this as well. I think you have a sister or a family member that did this module last year, Hendrik?
That's right, Mr. Governor. My older sister Mariana did it.
Yes, she was my student, right? And I did the same strategy and she listened to me and I know she passed, right? Right? So Hendrik, it works for your sister, or it worked for your sister, it would work for everybody else as well, right? And I've been in programming for a very, very long time. So trust me when I say I kind of know what I'm talking about, right? So if you are faced with a question in the exam, so let me take a typical exam question, right? And I'm going to answer it as if it's more than 5 mark question, right? If you saw this was last year's exam. Henrik, I'm sharing my screen. It doesn't show the green border. Henrik, do you see the green border now? Do you see my screen?
I see your screen, Mr. Governor.
Right. So it's question 5. Henrik, you're going to read question 5 for me, right? So I'm telling you, I'm taking it from, this is October 2023, Introduction to Programming. I know it says cost 1511, but cost 1511 and in INP 1501, the same syllabus, right? So, ooh, Henrik, Moses, check it out. It says it's a closed book examination. So closed book examination means you can't have open books. You got the joke?
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Okay, right? Okay, so let's go. We've done these questions. We've done question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We've done all of them. So I'm going to start with question. Let's just take question 5. So Henrik, you're going to read this question for me, please, Henrik.
Okay. In order to plan road maintenance, the Department of Roadworks requests that the road usage must be determined. This is done by counting the number of vehicles using the road with 2 wheels, 4 wheels, and more than 4 wheels, respectively. Write down only the necessary fixed statement to count the number of vehicles with 2 wheels, 4 wheels, and more than 4 wheels. Do not write a complete program.
Okay, so Henrik, I'm your e-tutor, and I decided to do a complete program, right? Because I'm going to teach you a strategy of tackling how to answer any question in the exam, right? Because you must remember, this is worth 5 marks, but a big program, I don't know, maybe a longer program would be worth 10 marks, 20 marks, 15 marks, and you are under exam pressure to work, and you may not be able to get the entire answer correct, but you want to get part marks. Moses, remember you asked me that question a couple of weeks ago about show all your working or something to that effect? Henrik, you remember you said that, Henrik?
I do, Mr.
Sorry,
Governor. I
Henrik
remember
and
it well.
Moses. There's it. It says number your work and label your rough work clearly. Marks are awarded for part of an answer, so do whatever you are able to in each question. I took this from October 2022. All right, so I'm going to pretend like I'm stuck in the exam. I don't know what to do in this exam paper, right? And I'm going to use my code blocks and let me use, oh, there's my dog barking there. let's go and pretend like it's a brand new program, right? So I'm going to use code blocks because you'll see how, so this is Q5, October 2023, right? So now I've got a blank file, new project. Where's my file? Console application, new project, Q5, OCT 2023. Yes. Oh man, I did it. Let's go to view, go to manager. Ah, there's it there, right? Right. So I've got a brand new program, Hendrik. Or I'm in the exam and I'm also nervous. I don't know what to do. I'm struck. And so first step, Hendrik, Moses, you're gonna calm down, right? You're gonna count to 10, count to 5, whatever it is, calm down, right? I like the song Calm Down, Selena Gomez, right? Don't play any music in the background if you have Iris software. So here's my question. Learn to split your screen as well, right? I suspect they may allow us to use code blocks. And if they are, it's nice to split your screen so that you see the question on the one side and you see your code blocks on the other. This is if they're allowing us to use code blocks, right? So Hendrik, I've got the question here. And it says, in order to do road maintenance, the Department of Transport. So any program, Hendrik and Moses, has input, processing, and output, right? I'm going to do the complete program. By the way, they don't ask for the complete program. I'm going to do the complete one. So what you should do is all right, so I'm gonna say input is here, INPUT. There's going to be some processing. And there's going to be some output out here, right? Now, without working out the problem, you need to find out what is it that they want you to display as output. So Hendrik, if you look at this program, right? Sorry, this question here. What do they want you to display, Hendrik?
Only the switch statements, Mr. Governor, and I
Okay.
suppose it will want a tally of the amount of vehicles that fall into each category.
Okay, that's right. So each category, and what category are we talking about? If you look at the variables, look at the hint of your variables.
Okay, so two-wheeled, four-wheeled, and more than four-wheeled.
Right. So we want to see, so what you do is now you pretend now as if you are, really stressed out, and all you want to do is you want to say C out. You want to put down let's just make it. I'm doing the entire program, right? The number of vehicle VH, I see vehicles with two wheels is, and I'm taking it from there, right? Count TWO, right? Okay. So here's the strategy that we're doing, working with it. Now, Hendrik, I don't think you're going to get marks for this if this was because you must remember this is 5 marks. The marks are going for the switch statement. But I'm showing you strategy, right? Because you want to get part marks like Moses said, say. So we know we got to have a variable called count to, COUNT, count TOO, right? Now, a good point whenever you're using any variables, Hendrik, Moses, Swift, UU, is to assign it to 0, right? You're setting it up, you're assigning it to 0. This is your part marks, Moses. Okay, so you're going to get some part marks over here. You can maybe get half a mark there, half a mark for your output as well, right? Now, because you are counting that, you're going to use that in your processing. So somewhere in your processing, you're going to use that. But if you look at it, you look carefully, Hendrik, it says number of wheels, right? Number of wheels there. Can you check that out, Hendrik?
Yes, I see there,
Right,
Mr.
so
Governor.
number of wheels of a vehicle used. So that's going to be your input. So you go to your input section. By the way, if you want to test this program, let's just compile this program, Hendrik, quickly. It says, int. Right, we test the program, we say, and what's missing out there? count 2. Error count 2 is not declaring the scope. Count C-O-U-N-T, T-double-O, C-O-U-N-T, count. Oh, C out, C-O-U-N-T, right? So Henrik, Moses, if you want to do a quick compilation, hey, I'm happy, it's working, right? It's compiling. So now, Henrik, you've told me that NR wheels means number of wheels, and that, you know, is from what you've read, is what you need to put into the program. So you go to your input part now, right? So you say C in NR wheels, right? Now, Henrik, Moses, you've used a variable called number of wheels. You'll have to go in.
Declare it, Mr. Governor.
Correct. Even if you don't know, if you did not know that, as soon as you do one step, one line of code, you just run it. Oh, it tells you it's not declared, right? So it's not declared. So you are new programmers, so you're going to say NRWHELS. And what did I tell you about whenever you use a variable for the first time, what you're going to do about that, or what you're going to use, what you're going to do with it, Henrik?
Set it to 0, Mr. Governor.
Correct, right? Okay, so now we are computer literate. You're going to say, use big words. You're going to say, we are initializing it. You know, that's a big word. Initializing it to 0, but you can say set it to 0 as well, right? So let me give you another clue about using input statements. Whenever there's a C in, you can take this as a gospel truth. Take this as what I'm telling you. It's a rule. Above that, it's always nice to have a C out statement because you don't want the cursor flashing without pointing out what do you need to do, all right? So you need to say C out and always use the word please, right, Henrik? Please. Henrik?
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Pretty please.
Also fine, I suppose.
Okay, pretty please enter in number of fields, right? And that is, all right, so an end line, right? So can you see how I'm developing the program? I'm developing the program. I don't know how, I need to worry about the switch statement right now, but I'm not sure how that, I know how it works, but I'm giving you the strategy of tackling it, right? So the strategy of tackling it. And again, you use this method for all your long questions, all the long questions, especially if you are not sure about what's going on in the question. Do not leave a question blank. That's my take on this. Okay, Henrik? So let's go and compile it. Let's compile this and we say, hey, it's working. Compiling is working, right? So let's just build and run this thingy, build and run it. Right. Can you see the output screen says, pretty please enter in the number of wheels. Okay, so the number of wheels is?
2, I suppose.
2. Okay, 2. Let's go for 2, right? I was thinking of the same number. The number of vehicles with 2 wheels is 0. Oh, okay, that's fine. It actually should be 1, right, Henrik?
It should. Yes, it should be.
Yes, it should be. So now let's think about the processing. This is the processing part. So let's look at where it says int count 2. Oh, so count 2. So now under processing, you know that count, oopsie, did I do that? So you go to processing and we're going to say count 2 is equal to count 2 plus 1. Can you see how you worked out how you got to the processing stage now, Henrik? Because when you entered in 2, you said, pretty please enter in 2. You entered in a car with 2 wheels, and whatever the previous value of that was, it's going to be incremented by 1.
1.
Right?
Okay.
So now
just one thing is done.
Yes.
I see there by count 2, you are missing the ends.
COUNT. Oh, hey, you're right. You know, I'm so used to C out. Yeah. Thank you. By the way, only Henrik picked up that mistake. Swift, why didn't you tell me, Swift? Moses, why didn't you tell me too?
I mistakenly did not see it, sir.
Oh, okay. Right. So you say, hey, it's looking good now. It's looking good. So let me run the program again. This time I'm going to say, please enter in the number of wheels. I'm going to enter in 4 wheels, right? So now 4 wheels, and then oh, how's it Russian? I'll call you back, right? I'm in an online lecture, right? Shut by, sorry. Right, sorry about that, my dear students. Normally I would cut the call, but my friend. Right, so please enter in the number. Let's put my phone off on silent. Oopsie. Right, sorry about that. I will never have done it. All right, let's go. So now I'm going to enter in 4, right? So please enter in the number of wheels of 4. The number of vehicles with 2 wheels is still 1. Okay, it ran from the previous time, right? We didn't sort that out. We didn't. But anyway, we're going to come back to that. So now we discover if the person enters in 4 wheels, it also works like that. Count FOUR is equal to count FOUR 1, right? Can you see the thinking behind it? When a person enters in a 4x4 vehicle or a 4-wheel drive vehicle, no, what 4-wheel? 2 wheels is motorbikes. A car has 4 wheels, right? It has to increment it by 1. And the same thing for count more. So now we got to count more. Count more is equal to count more plus 1. By the way, if you were writing it like this, you will get half mark at least for those 3 statements. Half mark, 1 mark or so, right? Because you're almost there.
I think you'll get less than half a mark, Mr. Governor. You're still missing some ends there.
I'm missing some ends. Oh, yes. Hey, look at that. So thank you, Henrik. I actually did that, Henrik, to see if Swift was paying attention. Right? But he didn't.
Okay.
Or Moses was going to come in, but they didn't come in. I'm lying. Okay, right. So now let's go, right? So we've done some processing, but they tell us that we have to have a switch statement in there. So they tell me, they say, do not write the complete program, write down the switch statement. So the switch statement actually comes from the fact that you have a number of if statements. If, else, if, else, if, else. So it works like this. If NR wheels is equal to 2, then count 2 is equal to count 2 plus 1. That's how it works, right, Henrik? But now you've studied the switch statement, and I've done quite a bit with you. So I'm going to use a switch statement, right? I'm going to use a switch statement here because the switch statement is a processing. Processing is where we make a decision. We take a decision, right? So now use the reserved word switch. And the switch statement, because you know that it is a if, and you need to compare something. For instance, if I'm thirsty, then I drink some water. Let me drink some water. So you can think of thirst as being what I need to do, right? I'm sorry, that's my condition as such. So my switch is, I'm getting it from my NR wheels. So I'm taking switch, I'm going to say number of wheels, NR wheels, right? So now I figured that if it is 2 wheels, that's the motorbike. I'm going to say count 2 is equal to count 2 plus 1, right? Here's my case statement because it's switch case 2. I'm going to say count 2 is equal to count 2 plus 1. Now, Moses, Hendrik, Swift, Yu, what did I tell you about the switch statement and the case statement, and what do you need to have at the end of each case? Do you remember?
I do, Mr. Governor.
Okay, hold on, Hendrik. Let's see if we can get somebody else, right? I know you know the answer because you clear. But let's see if we can get somebody else to. Moses, come on. Moses, see, Moses is not paying attention, Hendrik.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Can you please rephrase the question for me?
What rephrase the question? You weren't paying attention.
I'm really sorry.
You need a break, Moses. Are you tired?
No, I don't need a break, sir. I have
break.
Problem.
Yes, that's right. We have a break. So after C out, we have a break. Thank you, Moses. There we go. So we put a break there, right? You're right. You don't need a break. I mean, you do need a break, but you don't need a break as in taking a break from here, right? Well done, Moses. Hendrik, was that what I was supposed to have, Hendrik? Hendrik, I lost
Yes,
Hendrik.
Mr. No, I'm still here. Just the internet's a bit slow.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. What do I need at the end of the case there, Hendrik?
The break, Mr. Governor.
Oh, Hendrik, do you want a break from me, Hendrik?
No, Mr. Governor. Just
Oh,
the break statement.
oh, the break statement. Okay. Right, break statement, right? Swift, get ready to answer. Swift, get ready to answer. So now, Swift, let me get Swift into the conversation. Swift, are you there, Swift? Unmute.
I think he mentioned something about his daughter sleeping, so he won't be able
Oh,
to.
sorry. I know the story. Okay, let me say you, are you there, you? You. Naledi, Naskota, Portia. Okay, go for it, right? So, Moses, help me with the next case, Moses. Moses?
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Yeah, what helps him? Help me with the next case. Count 4. That means it's a vehicle. It's got 4 wheels. So what's my case going to be?
I have a problem, sir. I didn't attend. I'm attending with my phone, so it's giving me a
Oh,
little
no
issue.
problem.
And
No, so
yes,
Hendrik, can you help Hendrik?
It will be case 4, Mr. Governor.
Right, case 4. And there we got, I got count 4 is equal to count 4 plus 1. Perfect. And after the case, what do I have at the end of that, Hendrik?
Break statement, Mr.
Uh,
Governor.
do you remember we did one example where we forgot to put a break and what happened, Hendrik? You notice that? You remember
I
that?
seem to recall it kept running, Mr. Governor.
Yeah, what happens if we don't put the break, Hendrik?
It just keeps on running.
Yeah, it goes to the next case or things like that, right? So it's very important to have a break, a study break. Okay? This called a podomo or something like that. You work for 20 minutes, you'd have a 5-minute break, work for another 20 minutes, have another 5-minute break, wait for don't work non-stop, Hendrik, for like 2 hours at a time or 3 hours, okay? Hendrik, right? Get up,
Yes,
stretch
Mr.
your
Governor.
hands, stretch your, go outside, breathe some fresh air, all that goes with it. So let's do the count more, Hendrik. Let's do the count more. The count more is basically the 2-wheel, 3 wheels, and this we can consider it as the default case, right? So we're going to say, I'm going to call this the default case, right? Otherwise, we're going to have a case 5, case 6. We don't have a car with 5 wheels, or do we? Okay, doesn't matter. So we're going to make that the default case, right? So that's a default case. You're going to have count more is equal to count more plus 1. And again, we should have a break there, right? We should have a break. Right? We should have a break. So this basically is my switch statement. I'm just testing to see if it's working. But can you see how it evolved in terms of the strategy in answering this question? Right? I'll take another question, or you can give me any other question, and this strategy will work, right? Let's just check if it compiles, Henrik. So we wanted to count, right? So let's see, is there a problem here? COUNT, count. Oops, I forgot to put my curly brackets, right? There's my curly brackets. All switch statements have the curly brackets, open curly brackets, and close curly bracket, right? Right. Right, so let's compile again. Case 4, what's the problem here? Case 4 was not declared. Count 4 is not declared in the scope. COUNT. Oh, I forgot to declare count 4, right? So count 2, int, count 4, and let's see what else is there. Count 4 was not declared in the scope. COUNT. Moses, help me out, Moses. Oh, count more. I forgot about count more. Right? So, COUNT, count more, right? Count.
You're missing ends, Mr. Govender.
Oh,
Still have to
wait, where am I missing int?
on line
Thank
19.
you. I'll be bluffing you if I say if
And
I did that
also
on purpose, but thank you, you. Aha.
on 23 as
See,
well.
Hendrik, you weren't paying attention, Hendrik. Only you was paying attention, Hendrik. Well done, well done. C-O-U-N-T. C-O-U-N-T. Thank you, you. Let's compile that. C-O-U-N-T, C-O-U-N-T. Ooh, capital M there. Right, capital M. And C-O-U, oh boy, what's missing here? Unused variable. Okay, I haven't used variable. Okay, doesn't matter, right? Let's run the program. Let's run the program. Right, I'm just going to do that for now. Which one is unused here? Let's compare. Right, please enter the number of wheels. So we got a 4-wheel vehicle, and we're going to say enter. The number of vehicles with 2 wheels is 0. Oh, so I didn't output the number of vehicles with 4 wheels. So let me go and do that, right? Let's go do that. Again, if you in terms of the marks, you will get your 5 marks, full 5 marks out here. You can get a mark there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 mark, right? So you're going to say see out the number of vehicles, or too much to type. Edit, copy, Control V. The number of vehicles with 4 wheels is count, F-O-U-R, right? Let's just run this program again. And let's get a vehicle now with 4 wheels. Please enter the number of vehicles. It got 4 wheels. The number of vehicles with 2 wheels is 0. The number of vehicles with 4 wheels is 1. Hendrik, is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Right. So when I went through this, I'm just trying to figure out what's happening here with this default case story. Now, to make this program work really cool, it'll be nice if you put on a for loop in here, right? So we put on a for loop because we want it to run more than once, right? We want it to run more than once. And this is how we make it run more than once. For I, what's the matter here? 1 second, my beeping. Right. Okay. Right. Let's put in a loop for int I. I just want you to see it running more than once. And I've done it over here. I've done this out here, trying to save some time. For int I equals, I'm going to copy that, edit, copy it, and Control V, right? So I'm going to make this run 3 times so you can see that it works. And I'm going to close it here, right? So let's compile this. Count for default. It didn't do it in the other situation.
On the declaration int, you're missing an N again for count more.
I am C-O-U-N-T.
You're missing it.
C-O-U-N-T.
On int, where you declared count more.
Count. Oh, over here. Oh, thank you. You're a star. Right? Thank you for that. Hendrik, you didn't pick that up, Hendrik.
I thought you were leaving it for somebody else, Mr. Governor.
Oh, man, and I'm getting stressed out over here, Hendrik. Come on, man. Right. Okay, thank you for that. You're a star. Well done. Moses, you picked it up. I hope you did. All right, thank you. Let's run this program. Let's just compile it. Right. Okay, build and run. Right. So pretty please enter in the number of wheels. So this is a motorcycle, right? Motorcycle has 2 wheels. Pretty please enter in the number of wheels. This is my car, right? My car has
I suppose 4 in your case,
Four
Mr.
wheels, four
Governor.
wheels. Yeah. Your car too. I'm sure your car. Wait a minute. You're not counting the spare wheel, and you're not counting the steering wheel.
Well, why don't we say 6 wheels, Mr. Governor?
Yes. Wasn't that a joke, Henrik? Henrik, 6-wheel car.
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're talking about a truck now, right? A truck costs 18 wheels. 18-wheeler, right? 18-wheeler. So let's see. Pretty please enter the number. Hey, how many times I got this program running? How many times is this loop running? Oh, 0 to 3. It should stop now, right? Another 18-wheeler, right? Another 18-wheeler there. Right. The number of vehicles with 2 wheels is 1. The number of vehicles with 4 wheels is also 1. Oh, Henrik, we forgot to run it for
For the more wheels.
Right. By the way, all this is extra now, right? You got your 5 marks. Don't go and add anything extra there, right? Let's go and do this. I'm just showing you how you start programming because you'll need this for your next, right? A vehicle with 18 wheels. With more than, what's it? More than 4 wheels. Is count more, right? So let's build and run this thing. And let's run it. Please enter in the number of wheels. Motorcycle.
2, Mr. Governor.
Let's go for another motorcycle.
3.
Where got 3 wheels start from?
Oh, I thought you're saying another design of a motorcycle.
Oh, you're talking about like it's got a sidecar. Okay, 3-wheeler, right? And what else?
Maybe a truck.
18-wheeler, right? Truck. The number of vehicles with 2 wheels is 2. The number of vehicles with 4 wheels is 0, which is perfectly true. The number of vehicles with more than 4 wheels is 2. But that's not true. It's actually 1. All right, let's go and have a look at the where's our issue here? Count more equals 0. Oh, it took. Let's see what happened over here. Moses had to go and give us 3, right? So there's no 3 over here. I think it added it. I'm not sure why it did that, right? But we could have had a case 3. But let's not worry about Moses' story. For now, all I know is we're not going to get too complicated. It's only worth 5 marks. We're spending like half an hour on the program. But have you seen the strategy in it? Have you seen the strategy, everybody? Moses? Hendrik?
Yes, sir.
Right? So you can
Yes,
give
Mr.
me,
Governor.
yeah, you can give me any question, and I can apply the strategy to it, and it'll work. The first thing I always say, start with the output. Start with the outcome. What is it that they want you to do? Right, so let me take another question. Let's take another question. Let's take a question from October 2022, right? So October 22, there's the question out here. It says, the fruit packers record of the number of crates that are packed for each day for here is, they are diddle. You have to write a program called calculate average to determine the average number of crates that are packed per day. So start with, see out the average is, work backwards to it. And if you work like that, you tend to get the answer much more easily than if you had to start from the top. Oh, but int, it becomes problematic. And whatever variables they give you, if they gave you crates, if they gave you average, you use that, right? And even if the program doesn't work, at the end of it all, you say, what are you displaying, right? In this case, they just wanted the function, and inside the function, you go and display what it is. How you get the average, you calculate each one, you add it, and you have a running sum, right? So this method would work for, I've done it for a number of years. Hendrik, I'm in programming from 1986. I studied to be a teacher, a programmer teacher. I did my high diploma, my the undergraduate, master's. By the way, I got a PhD. I don't know if you heard that. And my PhD was in how to teach students to learning programming at a university. And this was one of my outcomes from my study. I had to teach them a strategy of tackling programming, because programming is not easy. It's not easy. It's not for the faint heart, right? It has one of the highest failure rates. That's how I got a job, to help you as a tutor. Okay, so that'll work for the long questions. It'll help you to get an answer. I don't know what the question would be, but I know a strategy. I'm teaching you the fishing technique, right? I don't know what fish you're going to catch, but this will help you to at least de-stress as to get into what it is, right? You can take any other, I can give you this will work. I can open up any other exam paper, and I'll tell you that if you start with this strategy, it'll help you to get it. I'm not sure if you're going to give me a question paper, and I'll show you. You start with let's go to INP June examination 2022. Right, so there's a paper here. Let's look at this question. Right, so there's the question out here. This one is, and I just took it at random. The cost of renting a room is 900 Rand for special occasions, a room, wedding. Right, so if you look at this question, the cost of renting a room at a hotel is 900 Rand per night. For special occasions, such as a wedding or conference, the hotel offers a discount as follows. Right, so you are under pressure in the exam. Right, Hendrik, are you under pressure?
I think I could be, Mr. Governor.
Right, you could be under pressure, right? Let's say, I know you're a cool, calm guy, but you don't know where to start. This is where I will start, right? So I'm going to start. They want you to display this, right? So I'm taking the output, copy it, I'm opening up my code blocks, file, new project, console application, C++. This was October 2022. What's it? Q6, I think, right? So watch this method that I'm going to do now, right? I'm going to work on this method. So there it is. So there's my program. I can write it out over here. So there's my input. Somewhere out here is my processing. And somewhere out here is my output, right? Now, I don't know what they're going to say. I'm just going to say the output is, the cost of the total cost of one room is, right? See out, the discount per room is, now obviously I wouldn't have worked that out, right? The number of rooms is, Henrik, you getting the picture, Henry?
I get the idea, Mr. Governor. Yeah, this
Get the
does not
idea.
actually work quite well.
Yeah, right? Yep. Right? Now, if this is worth 11 marks, are you telling me that you can't get at least 2 or 3 marks for here, Hendrik?
I think you should be able to get 2 or so marks for that, Mr. Governor.
Yes, definitely, right? This is without even looking at the question, right? Without even looking at the question. I just took what they gave me as right? Can you see that? I've done the input. Now, I didn't even read the question, Henrik. I know that they have something about number of rooms booked. Right, Henrik? So I go to
Yes, Mr. Governor.
the discount per room is. So I need to know what is the discount. I need to find out, let's go to input, what is the discount? Let me see that question. Let's see the question there. So let's see that question. Let's put this together. Do they give you the discount of the room? They tell you You got to enter the discount. Did they say? Oh, there we go. If the rupees books is 10, the discount is the discount there. For each one, they give you a discount, right? Or they got it. You got to find out how much is the how many
number of
rooms? How
rooms.
many rooms you're entering in, right? How many rooms you got to do it, right? So the cost per room, the sales tax, the number of rooms. Now, oh, there we go. Please enter the following. Ha! Check it out. I'm going to copy that. I don't know what's going on in this program, but I'm stressed now. I'm stressed. Control V. Right. So I'm going to say see out. Please enter the following. Right. See out. Now this comes under my input statements, right? Cost per room. Right. Now, if I'm going to say cost per room, I'm going to have a C in over here. C in, I'm going to say cost per. Let me not make my own variables up. What do they have? Do they give me some variable names there? No, they didn't give me, right? Right. Right, cost per room. Right, so sales tax per room. So I gotta say C out. I can say what is the cost per room? Let's leave it as that what they have. Hendrik, do you get the picture, Hendrik? Without me even answering any of the questions. Cost tax per
Yes,
room,
Mr. Governor.
right? So now you must remember this is 11 marks. I can guarantee you'll get about 4 or 5 marks out here by just doing the input statement and the output statement, right? The processing is where you'll need the switch statement. And the switch statement, I can see it needs a switch statement there because oopsie, what's the matter with the lady? All right, let's go and look at this. Can you see that it looks like it's a switch statement because if the number of rooms, if the number of rooms, if the number is greater than, right? There's so many if statements. I could use a switch statement, or I could have said if number greater than 10, discount is else. If number greater than or 20 or whatever it is, and go through it. But generally, I've noticed, Hendrik, over the years, the processing part, and again, I'm telling you, I studied this in my master's study. I did an MA in education, right? And what my research has found is that students find it more difficult to get the processing part of it because you are under stress. You got 2 hours to answer this paper. This question will take you about 10, 15 minutes. The processing part, if you are on your own, de-stressed, you find you're okay, you'll get the answer. But under exam conditions, the clock is ticking. Some of you may be writing at home, baby may be crying. Make sure you get all of that sorted out. Swift. For the exams, if you're going to be writing at home, lock yourself in the garage. That's what I do. I sit in the car, in the 4-wheel car, or in the 6-wheel car. Hendrik, you got the joke?
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Yeah. Thank you for the laugh, right? This is what I miss in the online space. So don't stress about the processing part in an 11-mark question like this. Do whatever you can, right? I'll be happy with the 50% pass. You pass it. If you want to go for the distinctions, well and good. But generally, in a programming example or in a paper, the processing, the middle part of the program is the one that gets to students, right? And please keep your 2024 paper so that next year when if and when, but they have in fact extended my contract till the end of the year or end of next month or whatever. Please give me a 2025 paper because that's how I collect all my papers, right, Hendrik?
Yes, Mr. Governor.
Right. I want your 2024 paper, right? Hendrik, you're gonna
Yes,
give me a
Mr.
2024 paper.
Of course, Mr. Governor. I won't need it anymore. You can have it.
Thank you very much, right? So with that, it's like 5-1. Oh, Naledi, thank you for your Oh, yeah, I got that a long time ago, Naledi, a couple of years ago, right? Oh, okay, Swift, my daughter is sleeping. I'm sorry about that, Swift. I didn't realize it. Shh, I won't talk too loud. I'll talk quiet. Wait a minute, you got headphones, I know, right? Okay. Right. So, Moses, do you have a question, Moses?
No, sir, I don't have a question, but I'm very thankful for today.
You are. Oh, thank you for that. What is it that you're thankful for? Moses,
For the whole
you're
session.
thankful for the fact that you got up this morning, right? You're thankful for life.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay, let's not get philosophical. Just what did you learn today, Moses?
I got to be remembered about the break statement, the switch statement. Yes.
Okay, today
As you said,
my focus was on a long question with a input processing output story, right? To get to that one. Okay. Okay, good,
yes.
good. Your break, your switch statement, good, good, right, right. Henrik, do you want to add to that? What is it, or what did you take? What's your takeaway from today's lesson? With a long.
Well, I thought it's your strategy, Mr. Governor. It actually works very nicely, and you can actually get a lot of information off of the questions if you just look carefully.
Yes, 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 Henrik. Read through the question. By the way, you notice we didn't read the whole question for the one about the cost per rooms, right? Even if you take a little bit bits of it, because you press for time. 2 hours, Henrik, you got to answer all these questions, right? And please do your time management. You know your strength. You know your strength, whether it's in the short questions or the long questions, and you know what you're aiming for. Work towards your 50%, then work towards your 60, 70%. And don't finish early. You've got 2 hours. I think they give you 15 minutes, Henrik, for uploading your program or your file. Right around, Henrik?
I think so, Mr. Governor. That's how it usually works with
Yeah.
Iris. You get 15 minutes to upload.
Yeah, right. You're going to do that. Okay. So you've got a week. Next week, we'll meet again on Saturday, the last time. And I will delete the WhatsApp group before the exam, right? The reason I do that is I don't want people to be tempted to use their WhatsApp group during the exam or before the exam or whatever. And once the exam is over, it's finished and clear, we don't discuss the exam paper, right, Hendrik?
Yes, Mr. Governor, except
Yes.
for giving it to you.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. Give it to me, right? Give it to me. Keep your memo as well, or your answer, or whatever it is, right? Give it to me. Because you can't do anything with that. So don't get stressed out about it. If you've come to all my classes, that was every Saturday for the last how many months? We started, let's say March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 months. We had 4 lessons per month. Some of you I met over the week. 4 lessons, 4 8s are 32. We had about 30, say about 35, 40 hours or so of work. And if you listen to all my strategies in terms of what you need to do, you went through it all. You've watched my YouTube videos. You've went through the PowerPoint presentations. You went through the past year papers, at least the last 2 or 3 years of papers. You've done the memo. And if after all of that, Hendrik, Moses, Swift, you don't pass, here's my guarantee. I will refund you your entire module fee. How's that? Hendrik? Is that a good bet?
I think you're quite safe there, Mr. Governor.
Yeah. I didn't lose a bet with your sister, right?
Yes, did you make the same bet with her?
Yes, I made the same bet with her, and I didn't pay her back, right? So, okay.
Okay.
It's almost one. Anybody with a question, query? Except for Swift. Swift can type it in the chat, right? You get ready. Put your makeup on. Now we're gonna take a class photo, right? So if you need any help, don't hesitate. This is the time I'll get lots of queries from everybody. So don't forget your My UNISA site. I got lots of resources out there as well. It's INP 1501. By the way, Hendrik, aren't you feeling nostalgic that we've come to the end of this course?
A little bit, Mr. Governor, yes.
Yeah. What are you going to do on a Saturday at 12 o'clock?
I wonder, Mr. Governor, you'll probably have to get a hobby. Otherwise, you can get a new bunch of students.
Yeah, I will, but and you're more than welcome to join me again, right? Just for fun's sake. All right. So go through all my this I got a link of previous exam questions. Oh, these things are so old now, right? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Oh, you did that in lesson number 1. I've got championship round 2, round 3. There's about 200 odd questions out there, all from past year papers as well, right? Bucky's videos. Don't forget about Bucky's videos. I've got oh, more past year resources, January 22 paper. I've got, oh, Cube. Cube was the functions, resources. There's the interview with the creator of C++. Right, variable diagrams, sample quiz, 2022 paper. Oh, I've got a blog, my students' blog. Right, my students did this a couple years ago. I've got some resources under additional resources as well. Right, there's some resources out there. All the past year papers, there's a memo, there's some solutions to papers as well. These are really old papers. I'm not sure if you can go back so many years. And there's some PowerPoints of the chapters, condensed version. See, I've got a textbook out there. I've got the IRIS instructions. Let's go to my YouTube channel. If you can't find me, Hendrik, I hope you're going to look for me on YouTube.
Well, yes, Mr. Governor.
Yeah, just look for Prinavin Govender, Govender, right? Let's see if you can find me. There it is, right? There it is. So go to my channel. Well, let's just go to use Chrome. If I go to YouTube, it takes me directly to my channel. And I've got so many videos on C++, right? So many videos. Go to YouTube. And you can listen to all our videos, right? It's on the playlist. You look for C++ videos. There we go. There's some videos there. There's 22 videos there. There's 18 videos there. I'm sure I've got more than that. I've got much more videos. How many videos? Oh, look at that video there. 392 views. Introduction to C++. Yay, right? Okay, well, there's other courses I teach as well, and I post the videos up there. There's October 2011 past year paper. Saturday morning, don't worry about that. Don't worry about Python. There we go, 624. Okay, half of them must be, say 300 videos must be about programming. So you got that. And if you are stuck, go to ChatGPT as well. Don't forget ChatGPT. By the way, ChatGPT won't give you the entire program, right? So I tried that out with ChatGPT. If you go to ChatGPT and you just type in it doesn't give you the entire program, right? It won't give you the entire program like what I would do, right? So there's and it gives you some errors as well, right? Here's a program to count the number of wheels, right? It doesn't give you the program, right? I took the same question, I put it into ChatGPT. Goodness gracious, I hope people don't, how mine is going to mark it if they use ChatGPT or check it out, I don't know. But yeah, right? So at least I know, Hendrik, I still got a job, Hendrik, even with ChatGPT.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Governor. ChatGPT isn't quite up to it yet.
Yes. But mark my words, in a year or so, or maybe less, ChatGPT will be able to write the entire program for you, you know? Because right now it just answers snippets of code, not an entire project. Okay, with that, it is now 1:05. I started at 12:05. I've given you an hour of my time. I gotta go. My wife wants to go shopping, and then if I take too long, then she's gonna say I'm encroaching on her Sunday, and I don't want that. Oh, I should have stopped the recording before I said that. Okay, stop the share. Right. All right, so I'll post the recording and we'll learn this strategy. Input, processing, output. Start with the output. Start with what they have. Work backwards to go to your input. Whatever variables they used, initialize it with 0. If they ask for something, use the C and get your part marks. Go to the processing. If they ask for average, you just write on sum, divide by average or number of it. If they ask you to count, you know what to add, a 1 plus it. And if they want you to do something over and over, Hendrik, you just put it in the for loop statement, right? And don't forget about arrays. Look at my background. My background is array, 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional arrays. Don't forget about structs. Hendrik, remember we did structs, Hendrik?
Yes, I do, Mr. Governor.
Yes, that marks, easy marks, 4 or 5 marks. This is longer than that. A couple of weeks ago, we did the structs. Don't ignore that question. Sit for the full 2 hours, correct? Keep a clock next to you. Switch your cell phone off. You saw what happened to me. My friend Roshan called me. And keep your environment, make sure you sort your leave out. All those little things help you in the exam. Okay, are we ready for our last, almost last full class photograph? Right, anybody wants to put the camera on? Henry, come on. Yay, Swift. Swift is there. Great. And now, come on. Who else? We only got 3 people. Oh man, is it Control Alt Shift? I know I did a Google here. How do you use, I'm just doing a quick Google. Screen shot, SCREN, shot in Zoom. One second, it's the keyboard shortcut. Keyboard shortcut in Zoom is, I'll tell you now, it's Alt, Shift, and T. Alt, Shift, and T. So let's get ready. Alt, Shift, T. Alt, Shift. Oh, man. Or is it Windows print screen? Oh, yes, it's Windows print screen. Okay. Hendrik, thank you. Swift, who else is there? Naledi? Come on. We need some girls. We need some ladies in there to make it pretty. Come on. Nurse Kota, Naledi, join us. See, Moses ran away. Okay, come on, put your camera on again. Get ready. We'll take another photograph. Swift, Hendrik, smile. Smile. All right. Thank you, Hendrik. Thank you, Swift. It's been a pleasure. If you need any help, Hendrik, don't hesitate. Oh, I forgot to stop the recording. Let's go stop the recording. Stop the recording.